Welcome back to Empowered. I'm Elizabeth Namofsky. Today's topic is breaking boundaries and empower women leaders. So, Andrea, I briefly touched upon imposter syndrome before we went to commercial break. Why do you think women are more prone to self-doubt and the imposter syndrome, especially when they're in high-level jobs?
Yeah, so think back to that subconscious we talked about, right? So we all have this preconceived notion of how we should be showing up or what we should be doing. And so when we attempt to show up in a way that isn't aligned or congruent with that image, it's uncomfortable. If we believe that we're going to show up in a way that that is different from others, what they think we should be showing up, that's uncomfortable, and we don't. Right? We shy away from it. We don't speak up. We don't challenge ourselves for fear of being perceived in a way that isn't going to help advance us in business.
So, what challenges have you faced in your career? Because clearly you know a lot about this, so you've had your own experiences.
I have. And those have been some of the most challenging times, but growth oriented times for me. And so, I think back to a period of time where I was the only female executive on the leadership team and thinking through, how am I going to navigate? What do I want to be known for? What reputation? What do I want to role model? How do I want to lead? And what impact do I want to have? And being able to show up in a way that's aligned to that. Having to find my voice to say, you know what? No, I'm not going to do the meeting minutes because I'm the only female at the table on the team. No, I'm not going to plan the party because I'm the only female here. Being able to find the courage to challenge back when someone says to me, Andrea, you need to be more like dad right now and less like mom. And so those types of situations, and there's a ton that, I've experienced, but those are just a few examples of being able to navigate that, the fear of of challenging that and saying no. There's something far more important on the other side of being able to role model and show up authentically as myself.
And I agree with you 100%. But then somebody will say, well, where do I get that confidence? Because you have to be confident in order to say, I'm not going to do that because I'm the only female here.
Yeah. And confidence plays a key role. And we also need to recognize that we're not always going to be fully there. I encourage my clients and the women I work with to act before they're fully comfortable. And it's in those moments that you build confidence. You grow, you learn. Are you going to get it right all the time? No, absolutely not. Those that have worked with me have heard for years, you're going to win or you're going to learn. And if you didn't knock it out of the park, you're going to learn something and do something differently. And it's in those consistent steps of taking forward momentum and action is where you build confidence. You feel different, you exude different energy, and as a result, you become that future you that you want to be.
I love the fact that you talked about learning, because so many people are afraid to make a decision because they're afraid of failure.
Yes.
But I keep saying that you need to fail in order to build upon that foundation of your success. But you have to learn from the failure. And
Yes.
failure is okay. It's not a bad word.
Absolutely. No, we need to be able to know that it's going to happen, embrace it, gives ourselves permission to be able to say, you know what, that didn't go as planned. What am I taking from it? What am I going to do differently? And give yourself permission to keep what you like, change what you don't. And it's constantly improving and evolving. We're human beings. We need to be able to do that. But you'll be stronger as a result, more confident and convicted in who you are and how you support and lead in the future.
So, what strategies do you leverage to help women recognize their thought patterns and beliefs that impact their behavior?
Yeah, there's one in particular. As we navigate kind of a growth oriented, ambitious goal setting and strategy plan for them, envisioning what it looks like for them in the future. We then spend some time understanding, what are those fears? What are those thinking patterns that are holding you back from taking that action? And thinking about the subconscious, in order to be able to make sustainable, lasting change, you need to rewire your brain. And the science says you can. And so what you believe matters. And so being able to reframe once you've identified some of those thinking patterns to new thinking patterns, and taking consistent steps and incorporating them daily into your life will drive different behavior from you, and you'll see different results.
So, when we come back, I want to talk about fear.
Okay.
because there's too many people out there that are afraid to, as I mentioned earlier, make a decision or make a change in their life. So please don't go away. We'll be right back with more building confidence and trying to get rid of fear. We'll be right back.